Hello and welcome to my very first impression video. This series video I'm hoping to do impressions of shoot 'em ups that I've recently purchased and I've learned to love. As usual in my videos, expect low quality, piss poor voiceovers and me just being a general tit. So first game up, as the title suggests, is the wonderful Neo XYX. Or Neo Zax, as I like to call it. Don't know if that's how you say it or not. But before I have a quick look at the game, let's have a quick look at the box by placing the box on the plate of desire. Yeah. And here we have the wonderful Neo XYX, or Neo Zax, as I like to call it. It's a one-player vertical shoot 'em up brought to you by NG Dev Team for your Sega Dreamcast. It has 6 stages and lots of hardcore shooting action. It also comes with this beautiful 10-page manual that has lots of stunning artwork, such as this and this. Yeah, let's take a look at the game. Well, what can I say about Neo Zax that hasn't been said already? Quite a lot actually, because there doesn't seem to be that much videos on YouTube about this game. I don't know if it's because after the first sort of flurry of initial impressions people just kind of forgot about it, but I think it's a pretty good game. In fact, I would say it's an excellent game if I'm honest. Start with the first thing you'll probably notice about it, and that is the visuals. It is a beautiful game. It truly is stunning to look at, fantastic sprites. And all the bad guys and enemies have got this wonderful colour palette of neon pinks and pastel greens. It truly does look spectacular. Quite a few people have commented how it reminds them of the old Toplan games, certainly from the late 80s and early 90s. Whereas I agree with this statement, it certainly looks a lot more colourful than the games and it plays a lot quicker. Problem with that though is, if you're a fan of Toplan, you've probably already bought this game, so I'll assume that you don't really know much about that developer. Second thing you'll probably realise once you start playing the game is the controls. I won't beat around the bush here, the plane moves far too fast. You never quite feel like you're in control. Kinda reminds me of if you've ever tried to thumb in a softie. Just when you think you're on the home stretch, a wee twitch here and boom, back to square one where you're playing flopping all over the shop. It truly is kind of off-putting at first, and even after weeks and weeks of playing the game, I never quite felt comfortable with it. There is an option to slow your plane down by pressing one of the buttons, and this gives you a more concentrated fire. However, that is sort of an inconvenience, having to press and depress the button every time you want to slow down, especially after you've finished pressing the button. The plane just seems to fly so much faster. About 30 seconds into the very first level, you'll also notice another thing about the game. It is hard. I mean testicle hard. Probably one of the hardest games I've ever played actually. It certainly doesn't hold your hand. There's no difficulty setting in the option screen, which means it's set just to normal. And this actually is sort of a hindrance to the game because the learning curve is steep to say the least. It will take you a good few practices just to try and beat the first level. I won't talk too much about the scoring system, mainly because I don't really play shooters for the scoring aspect of them. I like to just try and get through them with using as little lives as possible and maybe one continue at most. But the scoring system is fairly complex in this. It involves around a medal system where in order to get any sort of decent score you have to collect these little gold medallions that float down the screen, and the medallions are numbered from 1 up to 12 I think, and you have to continue to collect these medals in order as well as shooting down the bad guys. So it does get pretty hectic. The game is hard enough without having to collect these medals, so I usually just don't bother. But to be fair, to get any type of score at all, you really do have to go down this route. I was surprised to not see that many videos of this game on the internet, to be honest. I have heard that that may be due to the fact that the game is plagued with lots and lots of bugs. Someone did tell me in a forum that the developers, Neo Dev team, were actually taking videos down because people were commenting on the amount of bugs in the game. Whether or not this is true, I don't know, but the game is fairly buggy. Some of the major ones are the screen orientation that most people will play in is the vertical mode, which you see in here. That is the worst one by far. Usually it'll freeze most playthroughs, certainly if you get to stage 4. If you use a bomb on the boss, it always freezes. Some of the hit detection is very hit or miss, certainly compared to the Tate mode. The hitbox seems to be a lot wider in this mode. This mode is actually an afterthought that was just tacked onto the Dreamcast version. It's not actually available on the Neo Geo version. And the Neo Geo version has actually been updated several times, I think, since it's been released. So I'm assuming they're waiting for this version to sell out before they fix any future releases. Certainly like happened with Fast Striker, another game by Neo Dev team. That had quite a few bad bugs as well in it, and then they re-released a 1.5 version in the second print. So I'd imagine this is probably what's going to happen with this one, because some of the bugs in it are game breakers. Another huge bug in the game is the ability to fly through the first 4 levels simply by hovering to the top left hand corner of the screen, like I'm doing here. Doing so makes all the enemies fly past you and none of them actually fire any bullets at you. This is a shocking bug that really should be fixed in the future releases, and this could have been fixed in this release if only it was play tested more often. So what are my thoughts on Neo's Axe? Well, I still love the visual style. I really do think it is a beautiful, beautiful game. One of the best shooters I've ever actually seen. The gameplay does kind of get on your nerves. One of the problems I had with the game is that no matter how much I played it, I didn't think I got any better at it. For every sort of complicated area I would get through unscathed, I would twitch the joystick and then fly into some random bullet in a nice easy part of the stage. So that really did sort of irritate me. Obviously this massive bug in the game is a huge downside to it. However, this can be avoided by simply staying out of that top left hand corner. Despite all these problems with Neo's Axe, the fact remains, I still cannot put it down. It is so addictive, and that's probably its biggest problem. Is even though all these, despite the bugs, despite the bad controls, I really cannot stop playing it. I've never had such a game, not such a shooting game, where I've just wanted to beat it so badly. Normally, I get fed up. If a game's too difficult, I get fed up and give up. Or if I manage to beat it, then that's enough. But I cannot get past the last boss. It is infuriating me, and I must play it every single day and try my hardest, but to no avail. I'm certainly glad I bought this game, but would I recommend it to someone else? That is certainly a tough one. If you're just an average Joe that enjoys the odd shooter, then it's probably not the game for you. The difficulty is just far too high to get any sense of enjoyment out of it if you're not willing to put the practice in. Saying that, on the other side of the scale, if you're a hardcore shmupper, you'll probably get put off by the fact that the game is riddled with bugs and the control is a little imprecise compared to other shooters on the market. So it certainly is a difficult game to recommend. I can't see you getting it cheaper anytime soon. These games tend to hold their price, if not go up in value. So whether or not you could download an ISO or something like that or ROM for it, I'm not really going to go down that route. But certainly it's a difficult choice to make. I think it's worth picking up, but only if you're willing to put the time and effort into it. So there you go guys, that's my impressions of Neo's Axe. Maybe not the most professional of videos, and the sound audio will be absolutely appalling, but what you're going to do, I've just made it on the fly. I'm hoping to make a few more videos like this, to continue to talk about my love of this shooting genre. Well, thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you next time.